Okay, right, I'm still rolling. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today is going to be hopefully our most exciting episode on this build. Now in the last episode, if you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link in the description box below where you can catch part 2 of us building up the engine. We took out the engine in part 1 in episode 2, which I'll leave the link in the description below. We built up the engine with a new turbo cartridge, a new clutch assembly, a new rear main oil seal, a new cam belt, water pump, you name it. We did everything except pretty much building the internals of the engine. So we also fitted it into the bay. And today, hopefully we can get this thing, today or tomorrow, at least this episode, hopefully we can turn the key and hear this thing fire up for the first time since we took it out of the Discovery 1. So today's plan of action is to plumb everything in. So we've got to do the cooling system. I think first job we're going to want to do is sort out the power steering system. So we've got a new power steering box from a Defender. And we've got some Defender power steering lines. Then we want to sort out the rad pack, the intercooler, all the boost hoses, the water hoses. Then we'll move on to the fuel system, the electrical harness, and then hopefully we should be able to turn the key and hear this thing fire up. Oh, and of course the exhaust. So it's definitely going to be an interesting episode. And we're also going to weld up the footwells. Now I was too excited to actually get them welded before, so we just dropped the engine in because the rot is actually on the corners. So the engine's not in the way, it's not a problem, but hopefully we can attack that today. And then of course we've got a cross member somewhere in the mix here. So definitely grab a drink. This is going to be an exciting episode and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get to work. Whew. So guys, we're quite close. We've got the cooling hoses all mocked up and ready to go. I can't make sense of the power steering. I think we've done something there. We ordered Defender pipes thinking we'd be clever here, and a Defender steering box, but it's still too short, even with like a piece of extension with some compression fittings. So we're actually just going to make up a new section of the rubber just to extend that and make it look as factory as possible. I'd like it to be sitting to the frame and make everything look as OE as possible. So that'll have to be done in the morning when I get some of those fittings. We have welded up one of the footwells over here. We've still got one more to do, and the cross member. We've just fitted the oil cooler pipes because they're extended to reach the radiator panel. Bertie's in the corner just repairing that, just modifying that radiator support, and hopefully we can offer the radiator up. We've got to weld on some fittings to the bottom of that. I'm just going to do the turbo fittings now, all the intercooler and boost hoses, then hopefully we can get this radiator support in. So guys, good morning, next day here, and yesterday, what did we do yesterday? We got all the water pipes all sorted out, we got the loom and the harness sorted, we got the intercooler pipes done. What else did we do, Bert? I can't remember. No. Anyway, we progressed with the build in question. We also got one footwell welded up, and today, our aim is to get this thing running. So, we've got one footwell to weld up over here, we've got a cross member to weld up, but there's lots to do. We've also got to weld up the radiator slam panel support, fit the intercooler, put the wings back on to align everything. Lots to do, but today is going to be a good day, I can feel it. So we should be able to turn the key today. Oh, the fuel system, we've also got to sort the fuel system, so we're going to get that sorted. We have a clutch slave to fit because that old one was a bit, the seal had all fallen apart, it was leaking. Today is going to be a great day, and I'm excited to share with you what's in store. So, let's get straight to it. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Okay guys, so that is our fuel lines fully completed. We just need to tighten now the connections, but we have the Discovery 1 fuel filter head, the fuel filter set up, new O-rings. We will be changing the fuel filter of course. We have extended the lines for where they wouldn't reach. They look really neat actually, nice looking fuel system. On to the next thing, which I think is this side of the wing on. We can try and mount this, the Discovery 1 coolant bottle. We can then try and offer up the frame, do the necessary welding onto that section there, do that footwell, that wing on, fill it with water, oil, turn the key. That's the plan anyway.
Juice music.
Okay guys, that was a mad rush trying to get this last little bit done. Footwell has been welded up, rear cross member has been welded.
3/4.
3/4 welded. Almost there, but it's looking good. This side wing is on. We've modified the original Discovery 1 radiator support. Michael was welded on the 2 tabs, lower and bottom and top, so that it can fit in a Defender, and we've modified that bracket support. We have extended that power steering hose that we I think I just ordered the wrong one for a Defender. It should have been Discovery and then extended, but we have made a new rubber hose that goes up to the power steering pump, and that's fitting really nicely. It looks really OEM. All the turbo boost hoses, coolant hoses, everything's home for good. So we just filled it with some fresh oil, some fresh coolant, fresh power steering fluid, but is just tightening up the oil cooler feeds to the actual oil filter housing, and we're ready to turn the key. So fingers crossed this thing starts up. We've done all the fuel system, we've done everything we can, and let's see what happens. You want to do it? Go on, make sure it's a neutral.
Yeah, okay.
Neutral, and turn the key.
Starting the engine?
Yeah. Nothing. Battery's on, I think.
Isolated key in the footwell.
Oh, it's the live that goes from the starter to the battery, I think. Yeah. So guys, if we turned the ignition, nothing happened. We left off the main live that goes from the battery to the starter motor. Now that limb originally came from the Discovery 1, and we left that with the Discovery 1. So we're just connecting up from the mod onto the starter motor. Fingers crossed we get some lights on the dash, turn the key, and it fires up. Come on!
It's the longest ball.
The suspense is killing me.
Suspense.
Yeah? No smoke. It's a good sign.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, fans
Turn the
working.
heater off.
Right.
Crank. Straight away! Let it idle because we've got a new turbo.
Oh, Christ.
Singing away quite happily. Yeah, cut it off. Well, there you have it, guys. Straight fired up. Everything seems happy so far. Obviously, we've still got to check for leaks, etc. We still need to fit our full exhaust system, but that is a massive relief. And yeah, great. I mean, it looks really well in the engine bay. It looks like it's an OEM fitment. Obviously, it's further back because of the LT77 gearbox, but looking nice and clean. Good installation. Everything's all fires up nice and happily. Obviously everything's done correctly, but we're still going to check for leaks, etc. So we will send on the ramp. So guys, we're going to wrap the episode up here. I hope you've loved watching this, and I'm certainly relieved that the engine's fired straight away. Obviously, we know this came from a running car, so super happy about that. But I hope you guys are loving this build as much as we are. I'm absolutely covered head to toe, but super happy that we got a first start out of this episode with everything all plumbed in. So in the next episode, hopefully we should have the exhaust going on. We can then check it for any leaks. We can leave it running for a longer time, put the wings on, finally finish welding up that cross member, and maybe even test drive this thing. So guys, do let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe. It makes a big difference. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, which is @JuiceMotors. And we'll see you guys for the next interesting update.